Visuals don't lie. The visual of a 25-year-old young man, a private bank employee. His name, Kamal Dhayani, dies after his motorcycle falls into an uncovered pit on Joginder Singh Marg in the West Delhi colony of Janakpuri. It's a 20-foot deep pit. He was returning from a hard day at work. He had told his family he will reach in 10 minutes, and then he disappeared forever. His family kept waiting for him, dialing him, running from pillar to post. They knocked on the doors of 7 police stations. 7. None of them helped at all. Next morning, they were informed that their son, their brother, their family member, Kamal, had died, and the government is responsible. The government, ladies and gentlemen, is responsible. Look at the pictures again. This could be, and I don't want to be harsh, this could be you or anyone you love. In India, a citizen's life has no value today. A citizen dies, and politicians are irritated with the media, with Republic for raising these issues. Tonight, because I'm raising these issues, I'll be told, oh, you're anti-government. What do you want me to be when things like this happen? Who do you want me to blame? The opposition? The non-existing opposition of India, or the government? I will blame the government. I will blame those who are elected. I will blame those who have been selected. And I will play the visuals. Let me show you 2 visuals today, ladies and gentlemen. One of a motorcycle being picked up. A motorcycle being picked up on the right-hand side of a ditch which was supposed to be covered by the government. A bike being pulled out of the ditch using a crane. Ladies and gentlemen, the pit was so deep that you had to use a crane to pull the bike out on the other side, but the person who was riding the bike died. He was 25. The government needs to answer to everyone, including the hard-working youth of the country. On the left-hand side, a 27-year-old software engineer called Yuvraj Mehta, Noida Sector 150, also died in a waterlogged pit in a construction site. That also should have not been left open by the government. 2 young men, 125 and 127, dies within days of each other. And we have been able to do nothing. On the right-hand side of your screen is a visual. It's a 38-second clip in which Yuvraj Mehta in his last moments is holding up his phone as a light, hoping that after his car fell into the pit, he will be saved. But he was not saved because he's not a politician or an industrialist son. If he had been a politician or an industrialist or an IPS officer, bureaucrat son, he would have been saved. But he was a common Indian, so nobody cared. That light kept flickering and nobody helped Yuvraj, and Yuvraj died on that cold January night. In the middle of that water, he drowned into the cold water. The government did not care about him. On the left-hand side, the still image shows Kamal having fallen, his face right into the mound of wet sand over what appears to be stone. He died crushed against stone. He was wearing his black office shoes, a black jacket, and a black helmet. Everything the police says ensures your safety. But in India, you can wear a helmet, you can drive very carefully, but you'll still die. Because in our country, we think we can be Viksit Bharat and ordinary Indians can die. And if the media asks too many questions, you will shout at the media and you'll say, why are you asking questions? I'd like to tell the government I have been asking questions not today. To the foolish people who say, why are you asking questions now? Let me remind them that I was the only one asking questions 20 years back when a 4-year-old boy called Prince fell into an open ditch in Haryana's Kurukshetra. It took 50-hour operation, 50 hours of me shouting on air, blaming the government, questioning the government. These are people from the Indian Army who pulled him out. They had thought he was the son of a daily wage laborer. They had thought that Prince would die. It is because the media screamed and shouted that Prince came out alive, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what the sad thing is? This was what you're seeing here is the ditch, is how the circumstances in which Prince was brought out alive, because the media shouted. So I've been shouting about things for a long time. But you know the sad thing, ladies and gentlemen, is that I don't know where he is, but Prince would be around 25 years old today. Prince, who was brought out with everyone from Naveen Jindal, the local MP, to the army, to the bureaucracy, to the politicians, all came out there because the media, we embarrassed the government so much that they had to save a young child. That young child would be 25-year-old today. But Kamal, who lies dead in that open pit which was supposed to be covered by the government, he was also 25. I saved a young boy in 2006 by shouting for him in 2006. He would be 25 today. But all of us, we could not save Kamal. And we could not save Kamal because the mindset has not changed in our country. We think statistics make us great. It does not make us great. I'm telling the government directly. And I will tell the government a few things. They need to look at those who die when they should not have died. And they need to ask themselves whether they are answerable. We pay our taxes, whether the government is answerable to us. Or whether the government is only answerable to its bureaucracy and bureaucracy to government. Bureaucracy, government, judiciary, executive, judiciary, bureaucracy, IPS, IAS, one big circle of power. And a few industrialists thrown in. A few industrialists, one of whom gets very sensitive nowadays when I mention a few things about them. Let them be sensitive. I give a damn. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to be a common man to feel what's happening in this country is not right. We say that, big companies, big contracts, lots of money, geopolitical extension, all very good. Some companies are becoming very big. The rich are becoming richer. We are told we've reached a point where India cannot be developed without a few companies. Why? Which are these companies without which India cannot be great? Are we a nation of companies or a nation of people? Are we a nation of corporates or a nation of people? Are we a nation of 5 or 6 big companies or a nation of its own people? I believe we should be answerable to the people, not to companies. And the government should be answerable to people. If the government feels this country has to change, then it's not going to happen by going and saying that we have, see this massive M4 rocket liftoff. You see Chandrayaan carrying our prestigious Chandrayaan. Rocket is ripping through the cloud. Poetry will be written. We'll become the first country in the world to land near the moon's south pole. It's very good. But while we do that, a 25-year-old falls into a ditch and dies because the government could not fill it up. We say we have a Mumbai-Ahmedabad bullet train, India's first high-speed rail project, transformation in Indian agriculture. Is that so? But while that bullet train is being built, ladies and gentlemen, Kamal died in an open pit. Just like Prince almost died 20 years back. Nothing changed. We are seeing INS Vikrant, an indigenously built aircraft carrier, symbol of India's infrastructure prowess, Atmanirbhar Bharat in defense. And yes, it's very good. You cannot have INS Vikrant on the one side and say, great, while Kamal dies like that. You cannot say that the Indian economy will become the world's 4th largest economy, overtaking Japan. You cannot say that we'll have the successful launch of the PSLV C-62 on the one side and the citizens dying like that in the other. And I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, why I feel I'm doing this campaign on Fix My Municipality, because I want to know whether the government is answerable to the people anymore or not. I don't think the government is answerable to the people because Air India crash happened, 242 people died. And till now, we have not been given any answers. No answers. In Indore, 13 people died, including a 6-month-old infant. Till now, no action has been taken against the minister Kailash Vijayvargiya. In March 2025, a rich kid shouted one more round, one more round, one more round after killing Himali-Ben Patel on the spot. 9 months later, he got bail. The rich kid got away. Nothing is changing in our country. You have this incredible visual of a SUV which remains half submerged in a water-filled ditch. This picture, I think, come from Patna. Look at that massive pothole and the SUV lying in the middle of it. This is the reality of our country. You can have a BMW, but it's going to lie flat into an open manhole. Nothing is changing in our country for the people. And ladies and gentlemen, we are a country where UPSC aspirants died in the coaching academy's basement. They had come to become bureaucrats and part of the system. Look at that. Nothing changed. So I'm launching this campaign called Fix My Municipality. It's not only about municipalities. It is about the government's attitude towards you. It is about the unfeeling nature of the government and the municipality when it matters towards you. It is about linking the long-term objectives of the country to the immediate concerns of the people. And I would say very clearly, if your long-term geopolitical and other objectives are met, but you don't deliver for the people, you have not delivered. This is an absolute brazen reality. Everybody in the government, central government, MCD, Delhi government, needs to apologize to the people of India for the way in which Kamal died a few days after Yuvraj died. It's not about shifting the buck. It's not about people looking uncomfortably at each other in the administration. It is about telling the people and reminding the people, including the head of the MCD, who is the same officer who vacated an entire stadium to walk his dog, who is now in charge of the MCD. What will he understand about the people? I feel terrible today. I feel terrible about what has happened. As a young child, I grew up in Janakpuri, in West Delhi, in that same wonderful middle-class colony where Kamal died. I live and work today in Noida, not even 100, 200 meters away from Sector 150, where Yuvraj died. My entire life spans before me today, 40 years apart. From Janakpuri to Noida, nothing has changed. And if at the end of the day I'm saying this, I think those who are in power should listen to this and understand that nothing will change if the long-term geopolitical and economic considerations and targets of the government are not linked to the immediate concerns. And the only way to change it is by bringing attention to the problems. I invite you, therefore, today to clog my calls, to fill the WhatsApp number with pictures which will embarrass people and municipalities in power. If we can put rockets on the moon, ladies and gentlemen, we can surely fix our municipalities, can't we? Let's join hands. Let's do it.